Smash adventures of the most astonishing man on the face of the earth. John Dickering, a young scientist, discovers a gas that is 50 times lighter than hydrogen. He also discovers that by injecting small doses of the gas in his bloodstream, his body becomes light enough to make great leaps through the air. After many such injections, he finds that the gas accumulates in the eyes and throws off two powerful beams, and these rays, when they cross each other, cause whatever he looks at to disintegrate completely. There goes my test tube rack. To prevent disintegrating everything he looks at, it becomes necessary for him to wear a glass shield over his eyes, for glass is the only thing the ray cannot penetrate. Realizing such a phenomenon would wreck civilization if it should fall into evil hands, he destroys the formula and makes a solemn vow to use his powers ever for the benefit of humanity. Thus is born the Comet! The scene shifts to a small house in Chicago.
No more small time for us, boys. From now on, we're out for real cash. Ever hear of a little game called murder for insurance?
But ain't that too risky, Jake? Poison, I mean?
Not with this stuff. Typhoid fever germs. Death from natural causes. No trace of any poison. Why, it's foolproof.
Oh, jeez, where'd you get it?
Well, the boss is going to ship us a batch every week. Now, here's the setup. We contact beneficiaries of large insurance policies and offer to bump off the insured with these germs for half the amount of the policy.
Soon afterwards, news of a great catastrophe terrifies all Chicago.
Extra! Typhoid fever epidemic sweeps city!
The Comet receives a call from a friend.
John, can you hop the next plane to Chicago? It's urgent.
You bet! With the speed of light, the Comet pierces the night. That's one way of hopping the Chicago plane. At his friend's home, the Comet hears a strange story.
He wanted to kill my wife with germs for half the insurance. He's coming for my answer today. I didn't dare notify the police. Well, can't you do something about it?
At this point, the doorbell rings. Here's your answer, bud.
You'll pay for this.
The thug speeds away, followed by the Comet, who snaps his visor up and focuses his destructive ray at the air in front of him. This causes the dust in the air to disintegrate, making an effective smoke screen.
I wonder what's making this can smoke like that.
Locating the gang's hideout, the Comet leaps high and...
What the?
No, you don't.
My gun, it's gone!
Out with it. Who's the boss of this outfit?
We don't know, honest. We've never seen him.
What's this list of names?
It's a list of the people we just made germ deliveries to.
Taking the gangsters outside, the Comet casts his disintegrating ray on the house. Just a sample of what will happen to you if I catch you at this business again. Saving innocent lives is more important than dealing with you right now, but I'll be back.
Phew, what a man. Look, only the window glass remains of the house. Hey, I wonder.
Meanwhile, the Comet races to save the lives of those people marked for death. At another home. Thinking of killing hubby, ma'am? A few days later, the Comet spies one of the thugs. Just a minute, give me that satchel. So, typhoid germs. Thought I was kidding, eh? All right, Leech, where's your hangout this time?
Don't choke me. It's on the top floor of the Tri-State building.
No, don't!
Bud, you've outlived your usefulness. With vengeance in his heart, the Comet leaps for the top of the Tri-State. Raising his protective visor, he casts the disintegrating ray on the building and dives into the hole made by it. But the Comet crashes into a sheet of plate glass which his ray cannot penetrate. Unconscious, the Comet is brought inside.
A neat idea, Jake. Lining the walls with plate glass.
This is the end, wise guy.
Just in time, the Comet regains consciousness. He destroys the bullet in mid-air. Prepare to face your maker. Amid screams of terror, the cruel murderers melt into nothingness. The Comet looks around for the possible clues of the big boss identity. Homing pigeons. I'll bet that's how they've been contacting him. Freeing one of the pigeons, the Comet follows. It leads to a beautiful home in the suburbs. There's a man leaving the house. The Comet dives earthward. I'll sneak up on him.
Huh?
Dr. Archer! So this is how you spend your idle hours, dealing death in germs.
Hey, let me down, do you hear? Let me down!
As you wish, Doctor. The world has too many of your kind already. And so, with the gang demolished, the Comet flashes away on another errand of justice. Another thrilling Comet story in a future episode of the Public Domain Comic Book Network. Come back next time and every time, gang, for more of your favorite comic book heroes in their most thrilling adventures. This is the Public Domain Comic Book Network. In Pep Comics number 17, the Comet made history as the first comic book superhero to die in the line of duty, killed by gangsters. In that very same issue, his brother would become the Hangman, bring the killers to justice, take over the Comet's spot in Pep Comics, and eventually start dating Comet's girlfriend Thelma. As superhero deaths go, Comet's death would be permanent, at least through the Golden Age. Archie would revive the MLJ heroes in the 60s, and that would see the return of the Comet, and of course he would be featured in most revivals of the MLJ lineup over the years. But the history of MLJ superhero revivals would be a good topic for a later video, so you know what, I'll shut up now.
Wow.